It was a heartbreaking scene. An Indian Air Force aircraft on the 14th of June brought back the remains of the 46 Indians who died in Wednesday's fire at a Kuwait apartment. 23 of them were from Kerala and included seasoned expats planning to return home for good and young professionals just starting their careers. Most of them were employees of the NBTC group and most of them wanted to return home. We bring you some of their stories. Hailing from Malappuram's Tirur coast, K. Nu had been in Kuwait for 11 years. Every year he would come home saying that he was winding up his life abroad. But with many commitments yet to be fulfilled, he would always end up going back. He survived by 3 daughters and his wife. The last time he came back home was about 2 months ago. He had spoken to his wife a day before his death but could not speak to his daughters. Krishnan from Kannur had left for Kuwait only 9 months ago. It was his first trip. For years he had worked in Bengaluru as a draftsman before deciding to move to the Gulf. He is survived by his wife Pooja and their 3-year-old son. Abraham, who hailed from Kottayam, was looking to return and get married. He had been in Kuwait for the last 5 years and 6 months ago he was back home on leave to oversee the construction of a new house. He was slated to come home again in October for the housewarming and to look for a bride. From the same town of Kottayam, Varghese used to video call home every night to see his wife and daughter. His wife Rosie, who works as a nurse in Kottayam, was worried when he didn't call on Wednesday night. On Thursday, she was resigned to the fact that her husband was dead. Hailing from Kannur, UK, Anish Kumar had worked in Kuwait for 25 years. He had returned to his hometown of Kuruwa in April with the intention of staying back with his family for good. However, at the last moment, he changed his mind and decided on one more innings in Kuwait. He flew back to the country on the 16th of May. Murli Dharanan had been in Kuwait for the last 30 years. He too had returned home 6 months ago with the intention of staying back. However, in February, he went back to Kuwait as NBTC, where he was a supervisor, asked him to work for another year. And finally, the uncle-nephew duo from Alapura. 53-year-old Matthew Thomas and his 38-year-old nephew Shibu Varghese from Pandanad in Alapura were also among the victims. Matthew had been in Kuwait for the last 30 years and Shibu for the last 10 years, both working at the NBTC. Back home, Matthew's eldest daughter Megha, a nursing graduate, had completed all formalities for a job in Kuwait to join her father.